do we have anyone here hanging out? I definitely had some technical difficulties at the beginning of this, but I think I figured it out, and I hope you guys can hear me because I think I can only handle one technical difficulty at a time. Let's see. Oh, let me turn on the chat. Oh, thank you, Ari. Welcome. Thank you. I tried really hard to make this cute. So I appreciate that you like it. Yeah, this is a bit of an impromptu live stream. So I did my first live stream, when was it? Like a week ago maybe, and it was so much fun. I had the best time, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, I feel like this is a really great tool for actually getting work done and holding myself accountable and being productive. So I had this crazy idea. I was like, I'm gonna live stream every day. So I went from like never live streaming on my own to suddenly being like, I'm gonna live stream every day. And I thought to myself, I was like, okay, I have 9 chapters left in my book. And how long do I think that's going to take me? And I was like, I think I can get that done in like 4 days. What do I have this weird Stream Elements bot running? I don't know what that is. We're gonna get rid of that. That creeps me out. Okay, anyways. So I was like, I think it will take me 4 days to get through that. So I was like, I think I am going to do a little challenge. So that's kind of how we got here tonight. So if anyone is working on anything, let me know. And I am going to be working on, in case nobody knows, my draft 5 of Queen of the Amazons. I've been calling it Project Crown, which is my Greek mythology book. It essentially is about the Amazons and the love story behind Queen Antiope and King Theseus. So that is kind of what I got going on. Oh, hello. We have JK Lambo. Nice to meet you. I think you were on my last live stream. I could be wrong about that. Thank you. I appreciate it. So I don't know if it's working, but there's supposed to be on the right side of the chat like a ongoing chat feature, and I feel like I didn't get that right. I definitely messed it up, but I do think I fixed like the screen pop-up. I think I got that right. So I'm not the most technical person, but I'm trying. So anyways, that's what I have going on tonight. If you guys are working on anything, please let me know in the chat. I am going to be doing this for 4 days in a row, which is crazy. And then I also eventually want to get to a point where I have guests. So I think that'd be really fun because I know I love joining people's live streams, and I want to have some people on my live stream. So that is in the future. I have to figure out how to set it up with this configuration, but we're going to get there. And yeah, so anywho, what I was thinking for tonight is, let me talk about the schedule. So the schedule over the next couple days, just so everybody knows, I posted it on my my like YouTube post board thing that we have, but tonight is 6 p.m. This one was kind of impromptu. I just sort of like threw it out there hoping that people would join, so I'm glad that a couple of you joined, and I really appreciate that. And then tomorrow we're gonna do 11 a.m. Monday we're gonna do 4 p.m. and then Tuesday will be 2 p.m. And I think between those 4 days I can knock this book out. So yeah, that's the schedule. And I think for tonight what we're gonna do is 2 30-minute sprints. So if you are working on something, this is like a great time to go ahead and get it pulled up and cracking. And let me get my timer set up Whoop. Oh, let's see. So J.K. Lambo says, I'll be revising Chapter 20 of my pastry chef rivals to lovers novels project Sugar and Spice. Very, very fun. Oh, you know what? I know where I recognize your name. You messaged me. You DM'd me on Instagram. I remember this now. Very fun. It sounds like a really fun work. And then Christina says, hello, got to get my desk set up to write, and hopefully I'll write. I hope that you write too, because I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So I, too, am getting my desk set up. My desk has been really cluttered lately because I've had to start going back into the office, which I don't love. Now my desk at home, which used to be like really organized and very much put together, is kind of all over the place, but it's fine. Everything's fine. So, anywho, I have 9 chapters left in this thing, but the 9 chapters are quite thick because these chapters focus on leading up to the climax, and then the final resolution. So 9 chapters to me, I'm like, oh, 9 chapters isn't that bad. And then I think about it and I'm like, there's a lot that happens in those 9 chapters. J.K. Lambo said, oh, thank you. Planning to self-publish the book next year. Well, once I fully crowdfund it, looking for different platforms to crowdfund. You know, I'm not super familiar with the self-publishing world. This is totally random. I self-published a book, like 2016, and I don't even think you can find it anymore. Like, I think I took it off. It was like what's the word I'm thinking of? Like a self-help book. I focused a lot on leadership because that's where I was in my career at the time. And I did it through Amazon, and I thought the process seemed pretty simple, but I didn't do any of the things that you're supposed to be doing for self-published books or any books in general. I didn't like market it or anything, but I remember that being like pretty easy to do, but I don't know like the other options, if that makes sense. Christina P says, do you enjoy shorter sprints or longer ones? So my sweet spot is like, I would say 30 minutes. So Evelyn, who is my writing buddy in real life, has the Wheel of Doom, which I think is so fun. And I'm trying to think of like what could be an equivalent to that, that maybe I could do on my channel. And I haven't really figured that out yet, because I think it would be fun to like switch it up from time to time, but I don't really know what I would do. So I'm figuring that out. So if you have any ideas, let me know. But typically, like, I shoot for 30 minutes, 30 minutes split between 2 different sprints. So I think that's what we're going to do tonight. But I am going to go ahead and open up my book, and I'm also going to, I realized I don't have my glasses, but that's all right. I'm going to go ahead and set the timer. Where is my timer? Oh, we have another comment. That makes sense. I know Kickstarter is popular for authors, but it requires so much time and work, and I don't have at the moment. Honestly, I feel that. I don't know who has a ton of time to spare these days. Oh, okay. So we have this, and then we're gonna set this for 30 minutes. All right. Oop. Okay. And then, I'm sorry, I do want my glasses, so like give me 2 seconds while I go get my glasses. Okay, glasses are acquired. And I'm going to start the timer, and I will see you guys on the other side. All right. So that was our first 30 minutes. Let me know how you guys did. I got 2 chapters done. Super happy about that. Which is what I'm kind of finding is that 30 minutes, especially during the review process, so not the actual when I'm drafting, but during review, 30 minutes is a good amount of time. And I did not realize that it was really one of them was a really pivotal scene. And I'm pretty much going through line edits right now, but there were a couple paragraphs where I was like, ooh, I really need to kind of refine what I'm writing, or not what I'm writing, but I really need to refine a little bit some of the internal dialogue because it wasn't super clear. So I did add those in. So that was that chapter. And then the second chapter was more of, because it's dual POV, more of like the lead up, kind of for the other character as well. So 2 good chapters that I'm really happy that I was able to knock out. If anybody wants to share like a last line or just any line, feel free to drop it in the comments. I feel like when I'm on other people's streams, I mark the line as I'm going through, but when it comes to my own stream, I kind of forget to do that while I'm like revising because I'm just, trying to do things. Oh, we have something from Christina. Let me get that up. 1 second. Oh, I should probably open up the doc. Yes. And then I cleaned up my desk and then just read what I wrote last. Ended up deleting like 5 words. Hey, sometimes deleting words is just as important as adding new words, if you know what I mean. Like sometimes I like to overwrite. I feel like, especially when it comes to inner monologue, I'm like, oh, like, they're feeling this and they're feeling this. And sometimes less words are more. So that's not necessarily a bad thing. Let's see. For my, I don't know if my last line was that good. Okay, but I'll read it. It's more like a last paragraph. Let me pull it up on my computer though, because that's a little easier. So my last paragraph was dun dun dun. Okay. Well, I just realized I have a misspelling, so no, I didn't. Okay, sorry. Sidetracked. So I have, even considering the notion made her stomach turn. No, she couldn't tell anyone. Too many people had already died for the cause. The truth would break their hearts. She had to keep this to herself. Dun dun dun. So there's like a lot of inner turmoil going on for one of our main characters. So that's kind of some context for that scene. Oh, for sure. I think I like deleting words at this point. Honestly, during draft, I think it was draft 3, I deleted a ton of words. So like, for example, in draft 1, draft 1 was just like getting the story out. Draft 2 was kind of like cleaning it up a little bit so that it made more sense. And then I really focused on plot and structure and character arcs. And then past number 3 was when I just deleted a ton of words. Yes, it is a tense time for my main character. She's just like, she's having so many internal struggles right now in the book because she wants to do the right thing, but it's not really working out for her very well. LOL. So anywho, that's kind of how that one went. Christina, if you have any questions, let me know. Or if anybody has any questions, let me know. I'm going to start prepping up for the next section of sprints. So probably another 30-minute sprint. I think I'm looking really quick at actually how many. Ooh, my next chapter is beefy. So I actually don't know if I'll be able to fit 2 chapters in the next sprint, but that's okay. I'm really happy with already the progress that I made today, which is why I wanted to do this in the first place. So let me go ahead and, oh, we have a last line. Okay. Outside, let me move this up a little bit. Okay, here we go. Outside, the streets that get hit directly by the sun start streaming. Rain had pummeled the city seconds before they entered the building, and now mist looms over the streets the way the buildings do. Ooh, interesting. I really like the imagery and the description in that. I think that sounds really nice. I'm trying to remember from the thriller project I actually started last night. Oh, interesting. This is new. Ooh, I would love to know what it's about. I love reading thrillers. They're probably one of my favorite genres. Like anytime I'm in a reading slump, I can always count on a thriller to get me out of it. Probably one of my favorite thriller authors is Catherine Faulkner. I'm not sure if you ever heard of her. She doesn't have too many books out. Like, I feel like she's pretty new on the market. She's actually a British author. But I feel like she does such a good job of making you, like, you don't really see what's coming. You know, it just sort of like happens. And it's not what you expect. And I don't know, I haven't talked about this. I've only talked about this in one video, but actually my next book after this is sort of like, well, it's not a thriller. It's like a mix of a thriller and a mystery. Like it's got thriller-esque vibes, if that makes sense. Let's see. I started drafting again last night, a very old idea that's just been brewing. Ooh, I love that. That's so fun. So my idea, the thriller book idea that I have, I talked about it in one video. So I started it. Okay, this is what happened. I finished draft 4 of this book, Project Crown. And then I was like, okay, I need to take a break, but I wasn't ready to not continue writing. So I was like, I want to work on another book. And so that's when I picked up like kind of the next project I'm working on, which I'm calling Project Fox. And it's essentially like a whodunit, like someone died and it's set in like old Virginia. And I then started reading, or not, then I stopped that after like a month. And then picked up draft 5. And I'm trying to like really focus on one project at a time, but I have that in the back burner of like, okay, once like this is sent to literary agents, like that's the next book I'm probably going to pick back up and start working on again. We'll see. Maybe I won't, but it's kind of the perfect time for me to work on it because it's set in fall and winter. So I feel like it's going to be good timing on that. I love a good thriller, but weirdly hate how a lot of them end. Yes, I agree with that. I feel like some authors end them really well and like you feel satisfied. And then some authors, you're kind of just like, I just spent hours of my life reading this and I'm either disappointed or not satisfied. Like one of those two things. And so I'm hoping that if I do end up writing and finishing Project Fox, that it has a satisfying ending. Ooh, yeah, I'm trying to focus on one at a time, but I definitely need a break from my vamp fantasy. I totally get that. That's kind of how I was with Project Crown. I don't think I actually made this post, at least on social media, but I remember thinking it like very vividly about how Project Crown, which is what I'm currently working on, is such like a, what's the word I'm thinking of? It's war, blood, like all of those things. And because it's set in ancient Greece, right? Versus like I just for my next project needed something totally different. And so I completely went the opposite direction and I was like, okay, I'm going to write a mystery thriller and it's going to be set in modern day. And it was just like complete opposite. And I think that was just telling me like, okay, this is like what you're craving right now. And I don't know. We'll see. Like, I think my plan is hopefully I finish Project Crown within the next 4 days as I'm planning with my writing challenge. I'm then going to start sending it to lit agents. And then during the in-between time, while I wait forever for lit agents to get back to me, because it does take a while, I plan on going back to Project Fox. I have not visited Project Fox, my thriller one, in like, oh my gosh, since the summer, like since July, honestly. So I'm a little worried that I'm going to go back to it and I'm going to like not love it as much as I did. Like, I loved it when I first picked it up. And I think what makes me nervous also is, okay, so when I wrote Project Crown, I like part pants, part plotted it. Like I knew the beginning, I knew the ending, and I had a lot to play around with the middle. Versus with Project Fox, I know the beginning and I know the middle. I know who did it, but I don't know how it should end. And I've been really, really struggling with that, especially with like thrillers and mysteries. Like, you kind of need to throw out some red herrings in there. And I have not figured out that sort of art. And so I don't know. I'm kind of nervous that I'm going to go back to it and not love it. You know, I'm nervous that I'm going to, you know, watch it or read it and then be like, oh, what was I thinking? Like, this is such a terrible idea. I don't know why I wasted a month of my life at this. Hopefully that's not it. And also, like, I don't know, I might feel completely different and be just wanting to go back to the drawing board completely. You know what I mean? Like, I might, because I feel like sometimes the fun part in drafting is like all the brainstorming and coming up with the characters, that kind of stuff. LOL, OMG, my thriller has no ending at the moment. Yes. Same. And I need to figure it out. And I really kind of have considered taking like a class. Oh man, I've decided I'm going to just pants that part. There's always revisions. That's true. There is always revisions. I think like I kind of want to do some research and see if there's a class locally or maybe online that kind of goes through the structure of like a thriller or mystery, because I feel like it does have probably a specific structure that I just don't know because I am such like a new writer to the genre or in general. So I've considered doing that, but then I'm like, I just kind of want to have fun. So, you know, I might not do that at all. I don't know. We'll see. But anywho, I am going to go ahead and get us set up for the next sprint. Another 30 minutes. So let me set the timer because I could just yap forever, which defeats the purpose of writing. So, okay, I am going to get this set up and I will see you guys on the other side. Alrighty, that was the second and last sprint of the night. Let me know how that went for you in the comments. I finished one chapter, which is funny because I just said 30 minutes is typically good for 2 chapters, but that particular chapter was really chunky. There was a lot of moving pieces, a lot was going on. So, but I'm really happy I finished that, which means today I finished 3 chapters total. I have 6 chapters left of draft 5 out of 9. So if you missed the beginning, I am on a 4-day writing challenge where I'm going to write every single day for 4 days. This was day 1. Really happy with the progress, and I think I will finish draft 5 within the following 3 days if I keep up this sort of rhythm. So here's to hoping, fingers crossed, that continues to happen. Oh, we have a comment. Let's see if I can get this thing up and going. I joined when there was maybe 7 minutes left, but I was able to get like 100 words, 833 words for the day. Amazing, Elizabeth. I love that for you. That's awesome. Because I'm assuming that means that you wrote earlier in the day too. So good for you, because listen, I have such a hard time. Like if I write at one point in the day, I like don't want to write again later on. So I have to like do it all at one time. But thanks so much for joining and being with us here tonight. I will be back tomorrow because I'm doing this 4 days in a row. Tomorrow I will be streaming at, I'm double checking the time just so I don't get it wrong, at 11 a.m. So if you want to come back, 11 a.m. EST. So if you want to come back, feel free to do so, but I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and writing and helping keep me accountable. I'm really, really excited to finish draft 5 and kind of be done with this book because I've been working on it for over 2.5 years. It feels very, very surreal. But I hope you guys enjoyed this evening and I enjoyed it too. And I'm going to go eat dinner now because it's 7:30 my time and it's officially dinner time. So